Example 8. You own a security that promises to pay $500 for the next 7 years. Your friend owns a security that will pay $400 next year, and the payment will grow at 5% each year for the next 10 years. What is the maximum amount that you should be willing to pay your friend to exchange the securities? The rate of return is 7% for you and your friend. So this one's a little bit tricky. It asks, what is the maximum amount that you should be willing to pay your friend to exchange the securities? So we're gonna find the value of your security first, and then find the value of your friend's security, both at time 0, and then we'll take the difference to figure out how much you should be willing to pay to exchange the securities. Okay, so we'll start by drawing the timeline. We'll have two timelines, one for you and one for your friend. So say you, your security pays you $500 for the next 7 years. $500. So the first step is to recognize what type of cash flow pattern you're dealing with. Here, it's clearly an annuity. It's a regular annuity. Okay. So we have a constantly occurring amount of $500. So the amount doesn't grow. It occurs every year, and it ends in 7 years. Okay. So it's an annuity. Okay. So this is for you, and your friend has another security that looks a little bit different. Their security will pay them $400 next year, and the amount will grow at 5% per year. Okay, so in year 2, it's going to be 400 times 1.05. In year 3, 1.05 squared, and the pattern continues for the next 10 years. Okay, so we'll say this is year 9, year 10. So 400 times 1.05 to the 8th power, 400 times 1.05 to the 9th power. Okay, so this one is a growing annuity. Okay, just write it here. So the cash flows are regularly occurring every single year, and it stops in year 10. So it's an annuity, but unlike your security, your friend's security grows at 5% per year. The payments actually grow at 5% per year, so it's a growing annuity. So we can calculate the present value of your security at time 0, and we can calculate the present value of your friend's security at time 0. Okay, so we'll just put in easy numbers for now. Suppose that yours is worth, we'll do the calculation later, yours is worth $100, and your friend's is worth $200. And if someone asks, how much should you be willing to pay your friend to exchange the security, then you would be willing to pay at most $100 to exchange the securities, right? We just take the difference. So we'll do the same thing, but we'll do the actual calculation. Okay. So your security. Okay. So we'll do that first. So this is clearly an annuity. So we'll use the PVA formula, PVA. And we know that we have the T and T plus 1 relationship. I'll just write it down. PVA, cash flow, T plus 1 over R. 1 minus 1 over 1 plus r to the nth power. Okay? So again, this is just telling you we're going to spot the first cash flow of that pattern, and this happens to occur in year 1. The first cash flow of the annuity occurs in year 1, which means when you apply the formula, you'll get the value as of year 0. Whatever number you get will be expressed in times $0. Okay, so this is an easy case where when you plug in the number, you get the PVA as of time 0 right away. Okay, so PVA times 0 is equal to the $500 over R. R was 7% for both you and your friend. 0.07 times 1 minus 1 over 1.07 to the 7th power. Okay, so the n here is 7 because we have an annuity whose contract was signed at time 0, and it's a 7-year annuity. Okay, so n is 7. So the PVA is 2694.64. So this is how much your security is worth at time 0. How much your security is worth at time 0. Okay, and let's calculate your friend's security. Okay, so again, we have a growing annuity, so we'll use the PVGA formula. Okay, so your friend's security is PVGA, and here your friend's security, the first cash flow also occurs in year 1, so this is an easy calculation. So whatever number you get will be expressed in time $0. Okay, so we have cash flow 1 over R minus G, 1 minus 1 plus G over 1 plus R to the nth power. Okay, so the first cash flow is $400, so we'll use that. R is 7%. G is the rate at which your cash flows grow. It's 5%, right? So we'll use 0.05. And then 1 minus 1.05, 1 plus G over 1 plus R, 1.07, raised to the 10th power. Just like above, we have a growing annuity whose contract was signed in time 0, and it's a 10-year annuity. Okay, so n is 10. This number 3439.05. Okay, this is the PVGA as of time 0, and it's how much your friend's security is worth. So how much friend's security is worth. Okay, so the question asks, how much are you willing to pay to exchange the securities? So we take the difference between the two numbers. Your friend's is worth more, so you're willing to pay some amount to exchange the securities, but how much is the maximum is, we just do 3439.05 minus 2694.64, and the maximum you're willing to pay to exchange the securities is $744.41 based on these numbers.